Alina Zagitova also took to the Crystal Arena ice. She performed a demonstration number during the opening ceremony of the competition. The program, set to the song I Feel Like I'm Drowning, the audience has already seen before the stage in Ufa. But this time the Olympic champion performed the jump at a high level, which delighted the fans in the stands. For the full performance of Alina Zagitova with music, please visit our website figureskating.org at the link in the description. The athlete, who has not taken part in competitions since 2019, showed such excellent form that it seemed, if she went out to compete with the current participants, she would definitely not spoil the overall picture. Katerina Gerbold believes that the collision between Shaniva and Morozova was not intentional. Elizaveta Shaniva and Annabel Morozov collided in the warm-up before the rhythm dance at the Russian Grand Prix in Krasnoyarsk. Shaniva caught Morozov's leg with the blade of her skate and cut it. Morozov was unable to perform her free skating program because of the injury. Shaniva's partner Pavel Drozd noted in an interview after the skaters' collision that some couples practice aggressive warm-up. "I've never heard of such a term as aggressive warm-up. As long as I've been skating, I've never encountered such a thing." Yes, there were cases at the Olympics when couples collided during warm-up, but here you have to keep everyone's concentration. Someone doesn't see someone is really a bit more impudent and thinks that he will be conceited. You know, like two sheep on the road, and in the end there are collisions and injuries. Athletes should always look around and try to minimize the process of collisions. I'm sure in Lisa and Annabelle's situation it was an accident. At least I don't want to believe that it was intentional, Gerbold said. For full video of the clash between Elizaveta Shaniva and Annabel Morozov, as well as Annabelle's performance after cutting her leg, visit our website figureskating.org at the link in the description. Kamila Valieva intends to compete at the Russian Grand Prix in Kazan on November 11th to 12th. Her participation was in doubt because the CAS hearing on her possible anti-doping violation case is scheduled to continue on the 9th. The court, as is known, at the previous hearing, in which Valieva participated via video link, requested some additional documentation from the parties. No details have yet been given by any of the participating parties, and it is also unknown when the arbitrators will render a final verdict. There is no change in Kamila's plans. The hearing is November 9th to 10th, we have the tournament starting on the 11th. Kamila insists on participating in the tournament for which she is entered, said Alexander Kogan, General Director of the Russian Figure Skating Federation. Experts are confident that participation in the meeting will not affect the figure skaters' performance. There is no need to worry about Kamila. She has an iron character, no courts will not break her. She will go to the Grand Prix and roll out her programs. What else is there to do? The circumstances are as they are, Tatiana Tarasova said. Inga Goncharenko, in turn, reminded that the girl has already survived the pressure and tension during the Olympic Games, so the process in court will not have a big impact on her condition. What does not kill us, makes us stronger. Undoubtedly, there will be nervous tension, but an athlete should be able to survive it somehow. Kamila is a hardened girl, she understands what will happen. She must survive this stage in her life. Valieva is a leader, a strong athlete. If together with the coaching staff they decided that they will perform, it means that they realize that Kamila will be able to pull herself together. This decision, most likely, was weighted. The athlete is going through the training process, the stage is in the plan, the specialist emphasized. Eteri Tutberidze explained why Alina Zagitova is not competing. Here is Alina Zagitova. In order to skate the way she skated at the Olympics, after that even the World Championships she took, she was a little bit out of shape. She came to the rink, without lying, at 8 a.m. and left the rink at 9 to 10 p.m. Because all this time she was either working in the gym, before choreography she had an hour and a half, she was doing OFP. Then choreography, then ice, then stretching, then again she has the gym, then ice, then she has again OFP and warm-up. And that's the regimen she went through for a year and a half to be in the tops. If she didn't have that regimen, she wouldn't be in the top. No, she wouldn't have been. Was that the only option at all? It was the only way for her to be in shape. She needs to work out a lot. A lot. In order for her to just choreograph, she had to do an hour and a half of OPF with ropes and everything. In that kind of regimen, well, why should I push her any further? She's tired. Well, she's not gonna do as well in any other routine. Should I force her? Tutberidze said in an interview with Leonid Slutsky. Tatiana Tarasova commented on the level of women's figure skating in Russia. I agree that there is a crisis in women's figure skating now. Not even a crisis, but the generation is changing, girls are turning into girls. We've only had one competition, now we have to have a sentinel? There are preseason competitions, the national championship will be held in December, there are very interesting junior tournaments, I watched all the skating. In juniors there are beautiful girls who skate well. There can't be the number of girls that there have been for the last 3 years. It can't be all the time that everyone can claim the #1 spot in the world. Basically, we are ahead anyway, Tarasova said. Russia has a very high level of skating. There are very good and outstanding athletes in every kind. I estimate that it's a very good level now. Lack of international starts. Of course, the lack of international starts does not help us, but only hinders us. We hope that this is the last year without international competitions, Mitradings quoted Tarasova as saying. Coach Elena Sokolova spoke about Davis and Smolkin's change of citizenship. Are you not rooting for the Davis/Smolkin pair abroad? Gleb started with me, he is a very competent athlete, that would be the right word. He thinks, he's a thinker. There are not many athletes like him. And very well-mannered, looking at the goal and going for it. I have only good epithets for him. I have never had personal contact with Diana, so I can't say anything. But every athlete chooses his own destiny. It's his right, I think. Sporting life is given once. Years go by, if they decide to change the national team, we have no right to judge. We do the right things, we make mistakes. No one is immune to that. But no one has the right to condemn them. It's their choice, Sokolova said. Ice dancing coach Elena Sokolova spoke out about the weight of the athletes. Our foreign dance is really more kick-ass than ours now. At the moment it is more interesting for me to watch foreign couples. I communicate very closely with many coaches, and we cooperate with some very specifically in productions, working moments. I get a lot from this communication. Do you have any favorites abroad? When Hubble Donahue skated, I was a fan, I love their style, it's very close to me. I like the power, the speed, the active charisma, absorbing. Now I'm in favor of 2 pairs of Czechs, Mrozkovi, and Tashlerovi. A lot of people will say she, Natalie Tashler, looks bad, but she's carrying her weight at that speed. Is it even a healthy topic to talk about weight? When they say Kamila Valieva needs to lose weight. If a person manages her weight and jumps the same set, what's the problem? With girls, you have to wait. Everyone goes through puberty. If we want to keep an athlete, we have to accept her as she is too. And give her time to understand the body. Lisa Tuktamasheva was given time? Look how gorgeous she looks. And Kamila needs to be given time. She'll be in that ringing form, beautiful. It just feels like Liza is the only one who's been given it. As history shows. There's a lot of singles, a lot of competition. So it depends on the athlete herself, how much she is ready to wait and how long she is ready to devote herself to the sport. And also on the coaching staff, how important the athlete is. People like Kamila are not given away, Sokolova said. An exhibition of paintings by figure skater and former boyfriend of Alexandra Trusova Mark Kondratyuk will be held in Moscow. The event will take place within the framework of the Night of Arts November 4 from 1600 hours to 1800 hours in the sports complex CSKA. Earlier, Kondratyuk took part in the Russian Grand Prix stage in Omsk, where he took fourth place.